Bizarre photos that prove history was far stranger than you ever realized. During a time when alarm clocks were expensive and unreliable, a knocker-upper was often hired by British people to wake them up in alternative ways. Mary Smith earned about 6 pence a week using a pea shooter to shoot dried peas at the windows of sleeping workers in East London in the 1930s. One of the largest horses in history, Brooklyn Supreme, stood 6 feet 6 inches and weighed in at 3,200 pounds during the 1930s. Before Tim Allen became a household name for grunting on home improvement, he was a low-level drug dealer who walked through an airport with a pound of cocaine. To avoid a life sentence, he ratted out his partners and went on to become the comedian you know today. The cyclomer, an amphibious bicycle that never caught on following its introduction in Paris in 1932. Las Vegas in 1955, before glitz and glam became a common sight. That year, Life magazine accurately predicted that the city was set for its biggest boom. A 106-year-old woman sits in front of her home guarding it with a rifle, in Day Village, near the city of Goris in southern Armenia in 1990. Armed conflicts took place in and around nearby Nagorno-Karabakh, a territory in Azerbaijan also claimed by Armenia. Thanks to heavy fog, the steamship Princess May ran aground in Alaska in 1910. The ship was carrying almost 150 people, but thankfully no one was hurt. For a brief period in the 1930s, mothers in London kept their babies in cages suspended outside their windows to give them fresh air. Miraculously, no injuries or deaths were ever reported. Robert McGee was left permanently scarred after surviving a scalping at the hands of the Sioux tribe in 1864, when he was just a 13-year-old orphan. Spectators watch a horse diving act at an unspecified location, perhaps Pueblo, Colorado, on July 4, 1905. Horse diving was a popular spectacle through much of the 19th century, with horses, with or without a person on board, jumping from towers into a pool of water from heights as great as 60 feet. Hundreds of young women who worked in watch factories throughout the 1920s were exposed to so much radium that they came home glowing in the dark. The exposure often caused their vertebrae to collapse, their jaws to fall off, and their lives to end slowly thanks to agonizing battles with cancer.